First, we'll start with the right fighting stance. This is your right leg out, left leg back, feet shoulder width apart, feet like they're on train tracks, with your left heel pretty much lining up with your right toe. Then we'll go to the left fighting stance, which is pretty much just the opposite of the right fighting stance with the opposite heel to toe. Now we'll move on to footwork itself. The pass step. Basically, you're going to take the back foot, bringing it forward into the next fighting stance. Then we'll do the advance. That's basically taking a step and pulling the other foot back to its position. Then we have a retreat, starting with the back foot and then pulling the front foot to it. Then we will do the cross step, which is taking the back foot, putting it in front of the front foot, and then bringing the front foot back around. The same goes with retreating. Then the lunge. Take the front foot, extend it with your knee not going over your toe. And then we have recovering, which puts you right back into the fighting stance. And then we have the volt, which is basically a circular motion to get out of the way. Good. First, we'll do the slap. Basically, what this is we got to get in what's called measure. So we'll both put our hands up like this, thumb length out. Now I'm in measure with him. Tips are just past there. Now he can swing at me, and he won't hit me at all. However, you got to watch. I have longer arms. I can hit him right like that. So we have to use my measure, not his. So there, I can't hit him at all. So with the slap, we're going to make eye contact. Very important. Then I will present the slap. He sees it's coming. He's going to, for all intents and purposes right now, he's going to position his hand up so that we can make a nice nap. I'm going to pull it through, and then he reacts.
And it's my job, because I'm not actually getting hit in the face, to time that when his hand is coming through my face, that I'm using my neck muscles to react appropriately and sell the fact that my face was just moved with all that much force.
So, again, it's measure, eye contact, present, pulse, action. Good. Next, we're going to talk about naps. Naps are what makes the fight sound good. So, for this purpose, the first nap we're going to do is I'm going to nap off his hand. So we're going to get a measure. This will be a cross slap. So, measure, eye contact, present, and we made a nice sound. A nap can be anywhere off a meaty part of the body. So I'll do a punch that I'm using my chest for. So, fighting, present, you can use your legs, chest, the other person. So, next we're going to do pulls, hair grabs, chokes. Start with a hair grab. Basically, you take your hand, make like a little claw out of it. And what I'll do is I'll go like I'm pulling his hair. Now what he will do is he will pull his hands up and hold on to it. So it makes it look like I'm pulling his hair and his head any which way. However, when it comes right down to it, he takes his hands down. I'm not holding him at all. He is in control of every movement that he does. The next, we'll do the pull. So he puts his arm out, I grab it. Now, I'm not really grabbing his hand. My thumb is on the side, not around it. So when we do this, we will pulse, he will take a step back, and then he does everything. I do absolutely nothing on that but make it look like I'm strong. Now, the third thing we're going to do is the choke. So, what we do, around like that. I am nowhere near his throat or anything. Yeah. And what he'll do is he'll wrap his hands up, tuck his chin, and then make it look like I'm choking him, when in reality, I am doing nothing.
For the last section, we're going to talk about combat rolls and falls. The basic forward roll is the way that something that we often use in combat. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our fighting stance, and we have a front foot, and we're going to take the shoulder that belongs to the same front foot, and we're going to put it behind us, and we're going to roll over that shoulder and then through our back without rolling directly over our spine. That's the one thing you need to avoid when doing this roll. It will look something like this. From a kneeling position, I will put my right arm behind me, put my shoulder on the ground, and roll forward. You can also do that from a standing position, where rather than letting your knee hit the ground first, you kind of lower your weight and into the roll, come forward. Oftentimes when we have a weapon, you're going to put it in that lead hand, so that way you can control exactly where it goes as you roll over that shoulder. Second, we're going to have falls. There's a big common back fall, which is just like the forward roll, except for rather than going over your lead foot, now you're going over your back foot. Over your back foot, you're going to then land on that side of your glute, and then roll on that side of your back, and then you can sell having fallen once you have lowered yourself to the ground and are in complete control. So that would look something like this. So you lowered yourself down on your side rather than on your tailbone, where you can do the most damage, and then you roll back as if you've just fallen down. And that can be done from either side. The last thing that we're going to cover is a forward fall, or a Star Trek, if you will. And it's similar to what we had just done. We're going to go right over our lead leg, and we're going to put our knee down, and then follow our knee, and roll onto our hip, onto our side, and then sell any impact from there. Not until we've already established that our torso is on the ground after getting our hip on the ground. And that's the basic way that we fall forward.